Ultimate Bluetooth speaker. And with so many of us now having music on our phones and on our tablets, all of our portable devices, those devices in and of themselves have the worst speakers. They just do. So here's a way of getting that rich, deep, room-filling sound that Bose has been known for since 1964. They've been around for over 50 years. The Sistine Chapel, Bose speakers. The Space Shuttle, when it was still flying, had Bose speakers. Did you know that?
Yes.
If you buy a Learjet, when you order your Learjet, it comes with Bose speakers. How cool is that?
You know who has his own plane?
What?
Alberti.
Does he really?
Yep.
I don't doubt that.
He does. He has his own. He'll tell you no, but he does.
I think he does. Well, he was a pop star.
Yes, he was.
I get to introduce you to my buddy. This is Brett Hamilton. He's one of
Hey,
our
everybody.
electronics
Happy Monday.
experts. I'm going to put you on the spot right away.
Yep.
There's a reason why Bose is the 800-pound gorilla in sound. Have you ever seen this speaker at a better price?
I knew you were going there, and no, I have not.
Yep.
Because I said to Rick last night, when Bose was kind enough to make me part of the family, so to speak, and I started showing you guys Bose gear, this is the first item
I remember
that I presented on QVC. It is still around. It is that good. It is that durable. And more than anything else, it just sounds right. No matter what you listen to, whether it's rock or pop or country or classical or anywhere in between, listen.
it's
the bass
richer
for the back, right?
Yep. It uses proprietary technology in a tiny, tiny little space. This thing weighs in at 1.2 pounds, so it is truly portable. It's Bluetooth, which means you don't have to have your device tethered to it in any way, shape, or form, and 8-hour battery life before you recharge it and use it again tomorrow. So it becomes the way you listen to music. As it gets a little warmer outside, hopefully. we had 8 inches of snow yesterday, but when we open the windows, we turn the volume up.
Yep.
Do you agree?
No doubt about it. And then you can take it outside, and as Dan said,
Yeah.
leave the phone here and, I don't know, wander back there. You want to see what Bluetooth is? Calling an audible. Sorry. I shouldn't have split up so fast.
Here we go.
All right. Bluetooth is nothing more than a wireless signal. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to connect a phone or a tablet or a computer. But the $500 phone, once it warms up, can stay inside.
Yeah.
And then this can go on the back deck.
And
This can go
Bluetooth
by
is
the
usually,
pool.
30 feet, somewhere around there.
30-ish.
So that's
maybe
one
a little
side
bit
of the
more.
house to the other without a problem. Out on the back deck without any issues.
With the doors closed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, wireless means the only wire you get with this is the wire that actually charges it to that 8-hour battery that Dan was talking about. But for those of you that are going to leave it in one spot, leave it plugged in. Leave it on all day long. I was saying last night, my mom leaves it on for their dogs when they go out. And they live out in Colorado, out on the plains.
What are the dogs like?
I was going to say the dog.
Little country? What do you think? Rap?
It depends on what kind of mood they're in.
Okay, all
Whether
right.
they were fed right before they leave. Yeah. So 30 feet. I don't know. Where's 30 feet?
We could go out in the
Climb through the
backyard.
window and just
Yeah.
keep going to the imaginary backyard.
It's a fake backyard.
Yes, but much like everything.
Yeah.
In my life, at least.
Well, here's the other factor. When you consider that one of the biggest selling features for portable devices these days is how tiny they are.
Yeah.
The tinier a portable device becomes, the smaller the speaker that's packed within it.
That is usually the case.
These speakers are now about the size of your little fingernail, and you just can't get the bass response. This is so easy to operate. We're going to run through all these buttons, but to pair it with your portable device is simple. It's easy. We've had 4,500 people since 9 p.m. last night when we kicked off our big deal of the day. There's 2 colors. We've got a black and a red that are available.
Yep.
You're going to get the cord to plug it in, and it is truly a price I don't know that you're going to be able to find anywhere. We've never had a better price.
Yeah, in fact, we had a bunch of callers last night that said they bought this when it was out originally and paid almost double for it.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Which
Yep.
is crazy. So it's finally Bose helping us out here.
But I will also say this.
Yeah.
Those folks, and I'm one of them because I bought it when it first came out.
Yeah.
It was worth that.
Oh, no doubt about
Because
it.
there was no other portable device of
Right.
this size that gave you this type of sound. Now, Bose is also very, very unique in the world of audio. If you're an art connoisseur and you go to the museum, you can pick out the Renoir.
Yeah.
Okay, you know it's a Leonardo da Vinci. You can tell by the brushstrokes, etc. Bose is the only manufacturer of sound equipment that you can tell it's Bose by listening.
Yeah, and keep in mind too that they're not making washing machines, and they're not
Right.
making hair dryers, they're not making blenders and all kinds of other electronics. And that's not a knock on the other companies that do, but it's nice to know that they're concentrating on one thing, and that's replicating sound, whether it's music or the audio from a video that you're watching on a phone or watching on a tablet or watching on a computer. You know, we have all these high-def tablets now, 10-inch tablets and computers that look
Great
beautiful.
video. Yep.
But just like the phone, the little tiny pinhole speakers, because there physically is not room, much like televisions now, to put good audio in a screen, you know, that's as thin as the phones or the computers or the tablets that we have. But on top of all of that, making it wireless. And I know a lot of you at home right now going, okay, I hear you talking about Bluetooth all the time. I hear this term Bluetooth. I don't know what that means. First of all, I don't even know where the term Bluetooth came from. I guess I should. Here's what it means. It means this and this talk to each other. So how difficult is that to do? Well, I'm going to show you in real time how easy it is. On your phone, you've got settings. I don't care if it's an iPhone, it's an Android phone, whether Samsung made it, whatever it is.
Usually looks like a little gear.
Yeah, so you tap the gear.
Or a manhole cover.
Or whatever it might be. And there you can see it says Bluetooth. And when you tap onto Bluetooth with the right finger, hang on a second here. Tap onto Bluetooth.
So he's wearing a Band-Aid. It's very dangerous to do this.
It is very dangerous.
He's working without a safety net.
So I tapped onto Bluetooth. I guess this finger doesn't work anymore. So you tap onto
You
Bluetooth.
have a stunt double for the
I know.
dangerous stuff?
Now watch this. See at the very top, now I have a bunch of Bose devices obviously that I own. That first one, it just says Bose C, it's for SoundLink Color, it's abbreviated.
Yep.
Watch what happens when I hit, thank you guys, when I hit the power button on this.
Connected to
It reaches out wirelessly and shakes
connects.
hands.
Yeah. Now, full disclosure, this has been linked already.
Right.
But the exact same thing will happen the very first time. The very first time that you get this device home, you're going to do what I just did, and you're going to hit the power button. And when you hit the power button, this button is going to blink. And what it does is it sends out a wireless signal, and it starts making itself discoverable, which means over here, you'll see it pop up as an option, and you'll simply tap it. Once the phone or the tablet or the computer or whatever you have in your home learns to communicate with your speaker, each and every time you turn your Bose speaker on, it will go, as long as it's within 30 feet range, or 30-foot range, it will find it. Now watch, we'll do it again. So I'm going to hit the power button, and it talks to me. Listen.
Connected to Brett's iPhone and Brett's iPhone.
Now, there you go. That top one says connected. If I turn it off, it will disconnect. Watch. That's it. That is your whole entire setup, and once you do that one time, as I mentioned, it will remember your devices.
You don't have to do it again.
Yep.
So now you can listen to your favorite music wherever you want to listen to it. If it's plugged in with the power cord, then you can play music nonstop. But it is completely portable because the battery inside of it is rechargeable. That comes with it, and that lasts for about 8 hours of musical enjoyment. Listen, can we do this? Let's play something just through your phone for a minute.
All right. So many of you at home going, well, I've got a phone, I've got a tablet, I've got whatever I've got. How does that work, and why would I want this instead of what I already have? Well, here's the best way to show you that. Let's go inside, and we're going to open up music.
And by the way, the ukulele is way underused.
It is definitely underused, especially with our clearances here at QVC with what we have to play. All right, so let's
ukulele.
Let's play a song. Dan's got the Bose. I have it turned up about
You can hear
3/4.
Do you feel hear the fingers on the fretboard?
But not only that, turn it this way where the bass now goes towards your microphone. And you can feel the thump. Now watch as we take all the steam out of our little show here. Because now, you're not listening to the Bose speaker anymore. I'm going to shut up for a second. Turn it all the way up. That's the same song. The same song being played in here. And now, how about listening to it the way that it should be? I don't know that there's any need for me to do a comparison verbally.
There's a reason why movies have soundtracks.
Yep.
Because the music, the sound effects are what make you feel the movie.
Correct.
You know, and when Titanic without the cellos, boring boat movie.
Well, think of Star Wars. Think
Jaws.
of Raiders. Jaws.
Without the cello.
Yeah, and
not
we're
even scary.
And well, we're just talking about the soundtrack. Keep in mind that when they mix and they master a soundtrack, by soundtrack I mean everything that goes into a movie, the explosions and the helicopters and all that other stuff. Again, a lot of that is overdubbed later on. A lot of that comes after the fact for a reason, so that when you're in the movie theater, you're part of the action. You're part of the scene. And then we now watch a lot of our video content on these little things. and you look at it and you go, man, that looks great. I can't hear anything. And you turn the volume up, and you're like, and then, now you're watching the video like this.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you can watch a movie with the phone connected to your ear. But that's something we haven't talked about, but I think it's important. Unlike when you and I were growing up, music and speakers kind of went hand in hand because that's what it was. They were gigantic, right?
Yeah, furniture.
More than furniture. They could be furniture.
You know how I complain about my back
Right.
all the time? That all started
Because of-
from moving a GLI Discotech 1 speaker.
Wow.
Okay?
Now you're going deep.
The recording process today for music is better than it's ever been in the history of all recording, because now we have digital. So the ability to capture more of that song, things like, again, fingers on a fretboard on the guitar, it's in the music.
Yeah.
You just don't know it's there. It could be a very high pitch, like a flute or a piccolo, that is being missed because we listen to music on the worst devices. I'm not kidding. The Walkman
Yeah.
was a better way to listen to music than your cell phone.
Well, and here's a little insight into the difference between the way music is recorded and the way that music is heard, at least in the past. So if you go into a recording studio and you have a producer and they're kind of mixing means they have a whole control board, and there's a different volume for every single instrument. And when it comes to the drums, each drum has its own microphone, so there's volume, back and forth. All right, so let's say you've got 30 or 40 different knobs, different volume buttons. To the left and the right are these,
Potentiometers.
well, there's a lot going
Yeah,
on.
that's what, yeah.
To the
Go
left
ahead.
and the right are these, multi-$1,000 monitors. They're two big, really fancy speakers that sound great. You know what sits right next to them? Two car speakers, two cheap car speakers. Because in the past, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, before digital, and before we had this sort of option where good audio was affordable, an engineer would sit there and he would master the record, he would mix the record listening with the good monitors, and then he would flip the little switch and he would listen to it at the same time with the really cheap car speakers, because he knew in the end, this is probably here, right here, what most people are going to listen to them with the cheap speakers. But I'll go back and see, oh, that sounds really great, and unfortunately nobody's going to hear it. And the mix landed somewhere between the really expensive speakers and the really crappy speakers. And for decades, we listened to somewhere in between, right? Then we got headphones, we got better audio, or you had to spend thousands and thousands of dollars
to buy Bose
that-
speakers. And it
Well-
was the brand name that people were buying.
or
Yeah.
whatever, whatever the brand was.
agree.
Yet you still weren't getting the final mix, because even the engineer was like, well, nobody's going to be able to afford what we have in the studio.
Yep.
So now they're remastering all of these classic albums. I was telling Rick last night, Fleetwood Mac Rumors.
Yes.
Holy moly!
Oh, it's
to be able to listen to everything that's in there and actually hear it.
The term audiophile, I don't know that I count,
Okay.
but I still listen on vinyl.
Me too.
The turntable that I have is a prized possession, and I love listening to music with really good speakers. Bose is the #1 brand name in audio reproduction and in speakers. They're in the finest luxury vehicles in the world. Not kidding, Learjet makes it standard equipment to put Bose sound systems and speakers in there. The Sistine Chapel uses a Bose sound system. The space shuttles had Bose sound systems.
Look at the sidelines for the NFL.
Yeah, that's Bose on the headsets. Yep.
And you think about something like that, you're like, well, the coaches aren't listening to music, obviously. Why do they have a headset on? And why would good audio matter? Because the stadiums are so loud and so obnoxious to the point where the audio would be distorted. They're listening, they're trying to communicate with the quarterback or whoever it might be. They need to be able to hear, and that's why they're using Bose headsets.
Also, the human voice is the most difficult instrument to reproduce accurately.
Yeah.
So with Bose, you're getting proprietary technology that nobody else has. This is the back of the speaker. The bass will come from the back, and it's good.
It's kicking.
Yeah, you feel it. Then you have the speaker in the front, but inside is technology that nobody else has, and they refer to it as dual opposing passive radiators.
We could spend all afternoon
There
talking
you
about that,
have
and I
it.
wouldn't understand it any more than you.
But this little box
Yeah.
sounds like it's much bigger, and it's not just volume, it's the way in which the sound is full and rich, and you'll hear things that you will miss by listening to music just through your phone or just through your tablet.
Yeah, and we talk about this all the time, or at least I try to bring it up, in that when you get Bose for the first time, whether they're headphones, it's a sound wave system, it's something like this. What I want you to do as a favor, because this way you're going to understand what we're trying to tell you when you're listening to Bose through here, through your TV speakers, listen to your favorite song. And I'm talking about go back to whenever.
Boogie
whenever it all
Oogie
began.
Oogie, Taste of Honey.
Whatever